after dating my man for 15 years, I decided actually early this morning at 8:07 a.m. that I am going to leave to another state without telling him shit. So as I stated, I have been dating my man since high school. Okay, we have been together for 15 years. Every single year after our 6th year together, he promised that we were going to get engaged. He said that he just wanted to make sure I got a really nice ring, even though I could care less what I get as long as I get the commitment from him. But of course that has not happened. And yes, I know I should have walked away a long time ago. I get it, okay? But when you love someone, you are just going to wait and see if maybe eventually they actually go through with what they say they're going to do. So last night was my final straw because we had dinner with his parents and they asked him, when are you guys going to get engaged? When are you actually going to get married? Are you planning on ever proposing to her, or what the fuck is going on? This man tells his parents in front of me that apparently he is still waiting because he wants to make sure that he can get a nice ring. What surprised me after that answer is that his dad told him, I gave you $50,000 a week ago so that you could propose, you could get her a ring because your mom and I want to support you guys. So why haven't you used that money towards it? My boyfriend told his dad that he is using that money for something far more important than a ring. So my boyfriend's dad told him, then give me the money back because I gave you the money so you can actually go get a ring so you can propose to her and eventually get married. And if you're not going to use it towards that, then give me the money back. The night did not end very well, okay? I ended up staying at my parents' house. And so what this man thinks is that I'm at work today. He thinks that I'm stupid enough to go to his house and beg him or go cry, or I don't fucking know what he thinks I'm going to do. But what I'm actually doing is packing my shit because I am not going to stay here. I am not going to beg this man to get married to me. So yes, I'm packing my shit and I'm moving to another.
That's cap. I don't believe none of it. Not well. I mean, I believe the story of the fact that they've been talking for 15 years since they was in high school, and I also believe that she got pissed and it was an argument, and they might have even interacted with the parents. But the cap part is that I don't believe even for 1 second that this woman is looking to leave this guy, and more importantly, that she's actually moving to another state. Get the hell out of here, bro. So, wait a minute. His parents lived there. He lived there. You lived there. Only thing good that I've heard in this story is the thing that I didn't hear is the fact that y'all don't have kids together. So, obviously, you or him or both of you guys were responsible enough to not include children into y'all foolishness, because I don't believe that you should carry before you marry. And so that is the one blessing, is that doesn't really matter what she does. And I think that that's the biggest thing that I always try to emphasize to people, is that the fact that people have children with each other, but then they be so concerned about whether or not they get married, it's almost backwards. It's like, why would you have children with a person that you're not sure if you're going to stick around with, and you're quick to do that, and then you're not more careful about your Johnson, but then you're more careful about whether or not you're going to marry him or not. Whether you marry him or not don't really make no difference, but who you have children with is the person that you're going to be tied to life. That's why traditionally, in most situations, obviously, where both parents actually really care about whether or not the children are sufficient or not, traditionally, the person that you had sex with was the person that you ultimately had to get married to, or you should have got married to. And even back in the day, as recent as, I don't know, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, they would say, "Hey, oh wait a minute, you got her pregnant, or you got to marry her now because you got to make an honest woman of her." And so that was always a narrative. Nowadays, people don't even care. You know what I'm saying? I see this story every single day of somebody talking about how they taking this, or whether or not they got a venereal disease, or how they hate their baby daddy. Trust me, it'll probably be one or two every single day for the rest of the time that I keep this channel open, because it's just so much content and so many different stories, and they remix it differently every single day to mean something differently. But it's the same narrative. Somebody got pregnant by somebody because nobody cared, either one of the parents, and I put it on both of them, because first you got to be a willing participant, and they have to be a willing participant in order for you guys to create a child together. So the one thing that I've seen in this story, or that I'm hearing in this story, is that clearly there are no children involved, because that will be a major, major factor that goes into it. So it doesn't matter what she does, but I don't believe that she's going to do anything. You're telling me that she's going to leave everything that she's ever known. And this is not a secret. This is not new. You know what I'm saying? Like, At this point, I don't even know why a woman would want to pressure a man to marry her instead of her actually wanting him to marry her off of his own merits, because you don't want to bully him into marrying you because he's gonna resent it. He's gonna resent you. He's gonna, every time something comes up or you disagree with it or you do something wrong, you're gonna be like, see, I knew it or whatever, right? So it's always gonna be a resentment there. It has to be natural. It has to be something that everybody wants to do, not something that somebody incentivized somebody to do. And I even tell people that when it comes to them looking for relationships and they like, huh, I'm gonna talk to this guy and I'm gonna put a parameter on it. I'm gonna, like, no, you should be interacting with guys that are already looking to get married, not trying to find a guy that meet all of your parameters and then trying to convince him to marry you based off of some superficial thing that you put together to make sure that you help him to understand what you're gonna do, because you don't want somebody to be forced to because they feel like they're gonna lose you or some other dumb stuff or they trying to meet your expectation. You want a guy or you want a person to get with you because they actually want to do that. So you want, this is the thing that we say, right? Like, a woman is already supposed to be a wife or wife material before you meet her. You're not supposed to, fix up a booger wolf. A man is already supposed to be a husband when you meet him, and that's why you got to be equally yoked with the person that you're supposed to be with. And this is also why I say that people should not have deep diving and relationships. Like, even me, I knew who my wife was, but I didn't touch her until after I reconnected with her after we had already graduated in high school, right? So again, I think that people are rushing and pushing a gun, and now you've created an environment where I could tell you that man is probably doing whatever it is that he want to do, and he don't want to be tied down with you because you're not necessarily the person that he's always wanted. You're the person that he was always with, and it's just based off of familiarity and not necessarily desire. And that's why he's not marrying you. If a guy, look, she probably should move on with her life. I'm gonna be honest with you. She absolutely should, because clearly he's not interested in marrying you. He is with you based off of comfort. I'm just being 100% real. He's with you based off of comfort. And I think it's the same thing with you. But at the same time, you don't want to keep threatening to leave because you want to get married. And you've always known who he is, and he's no different than what he's already showed you. So I'm not going for it. I don't believe it. I'm not even sure that I believe that the father gave him $50,000 last week. Come on, family. Last week? $50,000 last week? Just a week ago? No, 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 no. Like, it may very well be true, and I'll link back to the person's profile, and I'm sure that there's other stories in the profile that you guys can probably tap into that'll give you more insight into who she is. But I don't believe it. It's certain parts that I don't believe. It's certain parts that I think that's interweaved into it. It may 100% be true. It may not be true. But more importantly, based off of what she's communicated to us and what she didn't communicate to us, it's probably best that they move on. And nobody wants to be with anybody that is not doing it on their own and that you got to force them to. That's going to be problematic. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.